Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
Had to get the right transition. I swear to God, did we?
I mean, they were booming Rey Mysterio. Who boos Rey Mysterio?
I was just like, did we? We almost lose Smiley, but we did not lose Smiley. Hey, everybody who's not here commenting on the chat real quick. But we are live. Finally.
Yeah, so is this story gonna make me madder than people being mad at Mr. Beast for curing blindness?
Who?
Did you hear about this, Mr. Beast? First off, do you know who Mr. Beast is?
No, I don't.
So Mr. Beast is like
You don't know who Mr. Beast is?
he's like
No.
he's like the biggest YouTuber.
Saquon's ready. He said, "Yay, a black woman."
Oh, Taquan, we have inside stories for you.
Yeah,
You can play with the
Saquon.
Discord.
We prepped Smiley for your presence on this. So
We did
Yeah.
do that. But anyway, so Mr. Beast is like the biggest YouTuber ever.
okay.
And so he's known for like being the most generous person ever for clout. So like he'll just walk on the street and do random interviews and just give people $10,000, that kind of a thing.
Why the fuck can I run into this guy? Because I would like 10 grand.
Yeah, it'd be also great.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was there's this procedure that can make blind people see. It's like the Jesus procedure. So it's real.
Is it called laser eyes? Is it called laser?
Well, no, because it's actually blind people who are literally blind. They can see for the first time.
Okay.
So he paid for like 1,000 people to cure their blindness. So they could see for the first
How
time.
much does this cost?
A lot.
I'm assuming.
But a lot because they can't afford it themselves. So he did it, and
Okay.
people online were praising him because any normal person would praise someone for curing blindness.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, that also, like, wait, I'd like to see a rich guy use his money for good for once.
And then other people were like, it's critique on the healthcare system that is so fucking predatory and disgusting that people can't get healthcare. That's
Fair.
fine, right?
Fair
That
statement.
makes sense. And then you had TechCrunch saying it was ableist.
TechCrunch?
Yeah.
TechCrunch, what are you doing? What is it?
So
what is
they're
it
saying
abling?
like, it was saying like, he's being ableist and seeing that like blind people are lesser than. But it's like, motherfucker, would you rather than be blind forever? Like, would you rather
No.
not have gotten surgery and be able to see for the first time? I don't know if you know this, Ricky. Seeing is a lot better than being fucking blind.
How's that being ableist? Listen,
I don't know, dude. People don't be mad at things, and people like saying it's like, oh, like he's not doing. He's like, people mad as like, Mr. Beast is doing this for clout. He doesn't actually care. It's like,
Okay, that goes into-
maybe, but fuck you. You go cure 10,000 blind people then.
that goes, saying he's only doing it for clout, that goes to a deeper discussion about altruism and if altruism actually really exists.
I mean, maybe, but who cares?
Yeah, but
right?
like he did it. It seems like the people were willing to go through with it, and they just got it funded by somebody who had the resources to do it. So what's the issue?
There isn't any. It's just the internet likes to complain about shit. So hopefully I don't get mad about this story you're gonna teach me about on the show. Mad about people that mad at Mr. Beast for curing blind people.
Like the procedures are very expensive. He had the money to help out some people, and this, like I said, it's a guy who's doing something positive with his money. What's the issue?
And you know what? He had the guy read. So like this guy, I don't know how this blind guy learned to read.
Was he blind his whole life?
I get maybe that was it. So like the first thing he read with his new eyes was, "Congratulations, you just won $10,000."
That's dope.
And people were like, "Ableist, ableist." He doesn't care. He's just doing it for clout. It's just like, oh my god, can you not do good things anymore? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Anyway, Smilee, welcome back to the show.
Hi.
Wow, Taquan also on a roll right now. Said I'm eating a chocolate vanilla ice cream cone while two black people and a white person are streaming irony.
Yeah, we had froyo last night, and there's a froyo place by my new spot, and it was delicious.
I bet it was.
Yeah,
I bet it was. Smilee, can you see the stream, or are you like seeing it on like your upper laptop?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're good.
no, I can see it. I can see it on my phone. I can see it on my laptop.
Smilee, are you standing?
No, I'm in my office chair.
Okay, I was gonna say it looks like you're standing. I'm like, don't do that. That's gonna be a long show.
I'm very comfortable right now. I'm in a very cheap office chair. I'm comfortable.
Very. As long as you're good and your phone doesn't run out or anything, like make sure that shit's
Oh no, we are fully charged.
okay, and make sure it's plugged into a charger, because who knows how long we'll go on a diatribe about random shit.
I'm on a very comfortable ergonomic chair that my job paid for, so that's pretty nice.
I'm in my Iron Man chair as always.
Yeah, you do love that Iron Man chair.
Oh my god! So did I ever tell you about the first time I got this chair? So like I got the chair on Christmas, like the last Christmas in my house when I was still living with my family, and I built the chair also because it's like
nice.
Yeah, I built the chair.
You built the chair.
Yeah, it came together. The instructions were designed like a comic book, so I was like, oh wow, this is an easy read. So, which was great. I wish all instructions were designed like comics because it'd be so much easier to put shit together. And then I remember I finally put it in my room, and I tilted it all the way back, and I fell asleep for hours, and it was heaven. I just love passing out in this chair.
Yo, I don't know who this lull emoji is on Twitch, but every time I see it, it reminds me of Conrad Thompson.
Why?
It's just a fat guy with a goatee, a fat guy with a beard. And that's what Conrad Thompson is. Just a fat guy with a beard.
Very true. Yeah, Taquan uses it a lot. Oh, so
I know it's great.
So
it reminds me of Conrad, and I used to like Conrad.
So Smilee, Taquan said, "Don't mind the casual racism and paraded comments. This happens every week on KOTR from me." She's been prepped, Taquan. She's been prepped thoroughly.
Plus, I'm on wrestling Twitter. If you think that's bad, go on wrestling Twitter.
I don't know, man. Last time we had a black person on this show, Taquan got really jealous. I don't know how to describe it. Jonathan.
Wait, Jonathan Belair? Oh, Jonathan's Hispanic, right? Or Latinx?
Yeah, okay. Hispanic. I think it's Dominican. I always remember whenever someone's Latin, I always assume they're Dominican. I think he's Dominican. Like when I asked Jazz what she was, she's like, "Guess." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Dominican." She's like,
"Nope."
No, Guyanese. Well, close enough.
No, it's not close. It's not close. Don't say that.
Not even close at all.
Trust me.
My next guess was Colombian. And I don't know if that's better or worse.
Closer.
Closer in geography.
Yeah, it's closer in geography. Yeah. No, she didn't see the Discord last week, Fred. You should get on our Discord, Smilee. We have a lot of dumb shit in there.
Ooh, fine.
Like, so for instance, since you're on wrestling Twitter, Smilee, you know about the whole Reverend Rhodes movement, which I am a fan of, and replacing famous rappers with Cody's face.
Yeah, I know black people who actually hate it.
I love it. I don't
understand why.
I think it's hilarious.
I love it. I love it so much. So Will didn't know about it. So the Quan just started dropping all the Cody Rhodes memes in our Discord.
I'm looking at him right now.
So good. It's so good. Oh my god. Mr. Fred says hello. Fred, we are going to get started in a bit. I'm just checking my stuff.
Dude, this Cody with the mink coat. Make him say, tanks and the girls. This is Cody in the coat.
No.
It's the best thing ever, dude.
Yeah, no. I love him as a diplomat. It was fucking fantastic. Um, God, hold on. Let me pull up some membership before we get started. We are going to get started in a moment, folks. Now that we got Smilee here, officially. She's ready to go. We're going to share some insider stories. If you haven't been with us for like 300 plus episodes, so we're going to have a fun time.
Yeah, Smiley's an OG. That's for sure.
Pretty much. Smilee, like, you know how much of an OG Smilee is? Like,
she is the first fan I've ever met in person, ever.
yeah.
Oh, really? For real?
Yeah, no, that's
God.
a true story.
It
Because
was the highlight of my life.
Because you hit us up and I was like, well, we're going to meet somebody who follows us. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, just let's go. Let's go to Bourbon Street. Don't worry. We'll find her.
That night, it literally is a fucking. After I met y'all, everything else is a blur. I remember nothing.
Yeah, I think you.
Yeah, we had a few drinks.
Yeah, we
and
did.
Videos.
The night took its turn.
I saw videos in my phone. I was like, I don't remember any of this.
I think I was on Barstool because I was on Barstool because the next morning, one of these guys that I used to work summers with at a summer camp was like, "Yo, are you in New Orleans right now?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "You're on Barstool." I was like, "Oh, all right, okay."
Oh, goddamn time.
Well, we were next. Remember when all the marks were in the middle of Bourbon Street just screaming random shit?
That was us.
Yeah, so apparently I was right in frame of one of the guys from Barstool.
Was this the first night? Was this like Friday night?
I don't fuck. No, the first night.
Didn't we get there? We got there what, Wednesday, Thursday?
We got there Thursday. That's the first night.
Yeah, I got there Friday. I got there around Friday.
We got there Thursday because that's the night that we saw Elias. We met the random shot girl at the country bar with the mechanical bull.
Yeah.
Oh, Cena, yeah.
She's like, "Do you want to take a shot at my tits?"
Yeah,
Like,
yes. I never parted ways with $40 so quickly in my life.
Yeah, those shot girls will literally take your fucking money.
No, listen. She had an irrefutable. I couldn't come back from this because I was in all black because I'm from New York and New York black.
Facts.
You know, and
oh my gosh, WrestleMania. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just saw the comment.
It's okay.
Remember when we used to live on Twitter from Tara Shunk's Towers? You remember that?
Mr. Fretz is pretty much our archivist. And so we the first bar we see on Bourbon Street, I'm like, "Well, we're going to this." He goes, "Why?" And I go, "Will Mechanical Bull." He goes, "Okay."
Yeah, fine. I'm not getting on it.
That's exactly what you said. You're like, "I'm not getting on it." And I was like, "You don't have to." So I'm wearing my classic Raw's War shirt, all black, and one of these shot girls comes up to me, and I know the deal. I've worked in nightlife. I know this is just a rouse, and these shots are fucking horrible, but they try to get you to buy it anyways. So this shorter girl, pretty attractive, kind of on the young side, but pretty attractive, comes up to me, reads my shirt, and she's like, "Oh, Monday Night Raw, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're in town, blah, blah," just chatting her up from bullshitting. She doesn't acknowledge any of my small talk. She goes, "Thursday night, take shots out of my tits?" And I go, "Yeah. Yes, yeah, you are correct."
Yeah.
When you're right, you're right.
You are absolutely correct, ma'am. Yeah, that was a great time. And then we ended our night at the gay bar down the street.
I don't think I went to any other bar except for like, what was the one I think we were trying to, I don't remember the name of it. I know it was one with daiquiris and the other one had like a whole fishbowl.
Yeah, they were across the street from each other. Will and I went pretty much up and down Bourbon Street the first night. I caught a wig at a drag show. It was great.
That was pretty funny. You looked so happy.
I was really happy. That was the best. And like, if WrestleMania returns to New Orleans, I want to get that same exact spot.
Yeah.
Again.
If it goes back to New Orleans, I'm actually gonna go do other stuff. Like actually go on like cemetery tours and go to all the stores I want.
Yeah, Will and I will probably not get blacked out drunk on a Friday.
Yeah,
we didn't do none of that.
Like I did for 3 days straight.
Yeah, we didn't do. We got blacked out, hammered Friday night.
Shots. I did do shots with Ortiz. That was fun. He remembered me from WrestleCon.
Nice.
And he was like, "You want to do shots?" It's like 4 a.m. and I'm like, "Okay, it's 4 in the morning and these bars don't close." So, okay.
Yeah, New Orleans is a party all the time. People are like, how's NOLA? It's a party. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
At all. All right.
Also,
what's up?
my bad. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. No, you go ahead. No, Joe.
Okay. All right. Let's ready to get the show on the road.
Let's do it to it.
Let's go.
Give me a countdown, sir. We'll get ready. We'll get this party jumping.
Let me start rolling. Let me record the backup.
Yeah.
Start. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, our friend from Chicago, Smilee, joins us this week to preview the final stop on the Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania via Elimination Chamber. Also, can Sami Zayn pull off one of the biggest upsets in the history of pro wrestling? Who will Bianca Belair face at WrestleMania? And what the hell did MJF say that may have caused a mini emergency on Long Island? So strap in, folks, and put on your puffiest red-bottom boots, just like Seth Rollins, because it's Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 328. Put a Smilee on exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now. Fucking love those shoes, though. Oh man, those shoes were the highlights of Raw.
Yeah, the Mario line is pretty good too.
Yeah, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings Rings Podcast, episode 328. We are going to preview Elimination Chamber. That's your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T, and we have a special guest with us because it is the Friends of the Show, Aaron. This is a special guest we would consider a Kings of the Rings podcast OG. They've been with us before episode 100. They were with us in New Orleans. They got us crazy drunk in New Orleans, so much that I barely remember that night. When we knew her, she was presiding in Florida, over in NXT country, but originally from Chicago, literally one of the best people that we have ever met, and one of the only fans that we've ever met and stayed in contact with for this long, because we know what happened to Christina. Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
we'll just call her Smilee. We knew her as CM Smilee, but we are just going to call her Smilee. How are you?
Hi, hello, hi everyone. Good to be back. I haven't seen y'all since I was blackout drunk on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, it was great.
I saw any of y'all. That's like he said, I don't remember that night at all. He doesn't remember the night. I don't remember the night. I don't know what happened. Okay, that was black.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. You got us crazy hammered. So much that Dave had to wake us up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That happened.
That was the kicker. We were so bad, Dave had to feed us water and was like, "Are you guys okay?" No, Dave, we were not okay at all whatsoever. But it was a fantastic night, so we're glad to finally have you back. We thank you for keeping up with us for years at this point, which is kind of nuts.
Decade? Maybe a decade? Maybe a long time. Also, I see the Twitch chat. I'm not a Floridian. I was only a Floridian for like 8-10 years. I'm originally from Chicago. I am a Chicagoan, okay? I was only Floridian because I lived there. But I'm from here. I'm from the north, okay? Not the south. They lost the war, okay? We won the war, okay?
They did lose the war.
We won the war.
That's true. Yeah, I will say when Will and I were traveling to Chicago, you were a good help and telling us not to stay or not to stop in Indiana, just keep going. That's
it. That was the state. I literally told that story the other day too. My friend's flying to Wisconsin for work. And I was like, "Hey man, be careful. The Klan's all out there." He didn't believe it. I was like, "No. We were driving to Chicago and I told us not to stop in Indiana."
Yeah, I remember turning to Will.
Illinois is worse.
Yeah, I remember turning to Will and I was like, "Yo, we just gotta keep going till we get Illinois." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Smilee just told us there's a lot of sundown towns." He's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Just keep driving."
Yeah, I didn't know what a sundown town was. That's kind of forgot the term until just 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, but before we get started and everything, we need to figure out some stuff here about you, Smiley. So you told me, and this is a real fact, that you may be directly related to the former Queen of England. How?
Yes, I am. So basically, somebody on my mother's side of the family, he was a slave and had kids or whatever, and I descended that person all the way back to like medieval times, and I see one of the queen's cousins, and I'm like, this is the cousin of the queen. If they're in my family tree, holy crap, I'm related to the queen, former Queen of England, because of slavery. Happy Black History
And that is your Black History Month fact of the week. Will, how do you feel about that factoid?
Fuck the English, right? Fuck the Queen. I'm glad she's dead. Right? I felt that way before Smiley told me the story. So you know what? not, yeah, fuck her more, right?
Oh my god, it is going to be a wild time. Like I said, folks, we are going to go into the Elimination Chamber premium live event with final stop on the Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania. And there's a reason I'm calling it the Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania, because the Sami Zayn Road to WrestleMania kind of stops here. But before we get to that, obviously, like, share, subscribe, leave us some 5-star reviews. Buy some merch. Smiley, you have been with us for way too long not to have your own Kings of the Rings or Willie T merchandise.
I know, I've been slacking.
Or King Ricky Rose merchandise.
Actually, I did. No. I had a King Ricky Rose shirt.
What the hell happened?
But it's still in storage in my grandmother's garage, because I had like a shit ton. I had like years of stuff from Florida, and I couldn't bring it to this house because there's not enough room for all my shit. So it's still in my grandmother's garage.
Yeah, that tapestry is brand new.
It's comfy. It's only like $40. It's like 5x6.
Yeah, no, it's a good time.
I buy it, probably will go to my dog, because my dog loves my blankets and she will take over.
Listen,
we do have bed
we
sheets.
have bed sheets. Listen, we can design some dog related merchandise actually. So don't tempt me. I will do it.
We need Ricky. We need KOTR doo-doo bags.
That would be great.
Yes,
shit bags.
My dog will model all the stuff. I will
Well, I can.
Even though she's not around anymore, she's all in the front room.
We'll make it happen in some way, shape, or form. So the link to all of our great stuff, where you can follow us, our merchandise is in the description below from his video or from his audio if you're listening to us. So before we get into Elimination Chamber, let's talk about MJF causing one of the biggest stirs on Long Island, and quite frankly, making Marks on Long Island look absolutely horrible. I once had
No, in Long Island.
No, don't you start, sir. Don't you start with that raggedy in Long Island bullshit. You went to school on Long Island, you know better.
I'm pretty sure I say on Long Island. In Long Island, this sounds stupid.
It does sound really stupid.
It just sounds dumb. On Long Island, this sounds more cultural.
Yes, it does. Yeah, so Smiley, do you want to take this over? Because...
Yeah, please explain. I vaguely know what happened.
Okay, so when I watched this live, by the way, so I was mildly confused. I was just like, did he just... Okay, so he had a match. We're backstage, and he's cutting his promo. And he's talking about how he had this girlfriend who was black. I'm sorry to say it, she was black, guys. Y'all keep saying it was Liv.
Listen,
no,
Liv's not black.
Wait, everyone thought it was Liv Morgan. She's from New Jersey. She's not from Long Island.
I mean, she could have passed for a Long Island chick, and also, you know.
Yeah, if you told me it was Carmella, I would have believed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would have believed it. But yeah, like so, he was like, "Oh, let's call her Liv," and everyone's like, "Oh, Liv," and I'm just like,
"Oh, that's hilarious!
That's why.
That's hilarious!
That's
he said, "Let's call her
Liv."
What a heel! What a heel! I love this.
Liv
guy.
must be livid. No pun intended.
So he goes on to say how they were in the habit drinking. He had been drinking. And
wait, hold on. Time out, Smiley. Time out. You're telling me a white guy was getting drunk in the Hamptons? Go figure. Go figure.
Shocker there.
Hasn't happened to anybody who's ever been to Bordy Bond, but continue, please.
He gets behind the wheel of the car, and he has his girlfriend in the passenger seat. and they're driving, and she is helping him helping him while he's driving. Let's just say that.
Of course,
Helping
everybody
him
needs a
driving.
side seat driver. Of course.
Helping. Y'all
Sometimes you need assistance. What can I
say
say?
it on the stream. You ain't say it on the stream without getting y'all banned.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
go right ahead. We don't get that many viewers, anyways. Come on.
You're on Twitch. I'm not trying to get y'all banned from Twitch. Y'all know they are not SW friendly. So
I got it. Ready? I got it. Let me find it real quick. What
do you got? What do you got?
Blowjob!
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, there we
Continue.
go. I didn't want to get y'all. So she's doing that, and he is enjoying it so much that he's not watching the road. And so when he finally does see the road, they crash into a telephone pole. Miraculously, he lives. He wakes up. He's bleeding from the head, and the girl next to him is unconscious for what he said.
Look at that
She's
titty,
unconscious.
though.
Continue.
So he keeps going, and then he says, like 5 minutes later, he takes her unconscious body, or what? Not unconscious, like he said, lifeless. He said, "I take her lifeless body, put it in the front, and put it in the driver's seat," and he gets into the passenger seat. So it made it seem like she did it. She's the one who killed her, got into an accident, killed her, and then also made him, be in the accident.
Ladies,
What is he, Tony Soprano?
ladies and gentlemen, this is how colonialization used to work. Colonialism, not colonialization, colonialism.
Freaked out. And I'm watching, I'm like, did he just admit that he did a DUI and that he may or may not have killed somebody?
Yo, I heard people
What?
called Nassau County or Suffolk County Police.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I heard too, that they called over 500 times because they believed it.
My God, Marks. My God. I mean, I don't know what to say about it.
Wait, okay, hold on. What does this story have to do with the wrestling match?
That's my first. That is my question as
Well,
well.
like, what is the context of this storyline here?
And
Like,
he's
is
some
this
people
a
lose or something
blowjob
like that.
Sunday match?
I think he was just like, oh, like she's a loser or something like that, and like he's the best or something like that. I was just like, that made 0 sense, and he kind of just admitted to doing a DUI. He may or may not have murdered a girl, but okay.
I don't know. I don't know how getting away with potential murder makes you a better heel. Although, in his defense, worked for OJ and Ray Lewis.
I don't know if that's a good example, Ricky.
Listen. Oh well, Ray Lewis didn't become a heel. He became one of the biggest baby faces in the history of the NFL. So, but
Yeah, he did.
yeah, and so
It seems like it always happens to the Spanish
yeah,
guy.
yeah, pretty much is exactly how that goes. But yeah, also I'm very confused. What did this have to do with being a heel and being the champion, which no one has been talking about anywhere for a long time, ever since he got the championship, and also turned it into a really ugly shade of brown.
I don't know.
Exactly. I would like the hotness of MJF and how he might be the next big thing has very, very drastically dwindled in the past couple of months. It's pretty bad. Anywho,
It's weird. Yeah. It is weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, isn't he in If You Were Daniel Bryan?
he is.
Or Brian Danielson?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that should be.
I also heard that people upset because like he's doing a car accident promo this like a month after the Briscoe guy died, which is just like, shut up.
It is a little bit of poor timing, but I get it.
Yes.
It really is, because everyone knew. If you didn't know Mark, you didn't meet. Is that the right? Oh my God! Did I just mix it up? Did I just mix up when niggas go by this?
It was Jay that passed away.
Yeah, I'm
but
like,
it's not like he was like she was driving like Jay Briscoe. Ooh, it's like he didn't reference it. It's like you're connecting two dots that don't need to be connected. Like you're connecting two dots on two different pages.
This is classic correlation.
Wrestling fans,
This is
though.
classic correlation
yeah.
does not equal causation.
So I get
anything
it's
to
a
be
stretch,
angry
like
at.
I get it, but it's just like, bro, two different chapters of the same book.
Yeah, no, it is a bit of a stretch. I think they were probably all marked out. Oh, what's going on, Big Hirsch? Shout out to more black people in the chat. Hey, what's going on, Big Hirsch?
Frets, just be Frets. We still got you and me, buddy.
You're outnumbered on this month, motherfucker.
No, I'm gonna get him. Ricky, quick, get some food. It'll be a cookout.
No, it's not one you're invited to. Will, I'm sorry. But no, it seems weird. Not gonna understand how people would be upset because Jay Briscoe just died. They had that Jay Briscoe tribute, blah 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 blah. But it's just weird. It's just a weird promo that people took way too seriously. That's what it boils down to.
God, I love the internet, especially with wrestling fans.
Yeah, it's the worst. Moving on.
They're the worst.
Yeah, moving on. So also, this just got announced before we did the show this afternoon. Tony Khan said Ring of Honor is going to be coming back with weekly television. Will, how excited are you?
What streaming service am I not going to buy?
It's going to be on the Honor Club streaming service that Ring of Honor already created years ago that no one really buys or subscribes to.
Yeah, I've never bought it.
You see that logo, Ricky, that you put up there? It looks like it was made in 2007.
It's a clean logo. I do like it, though.
More weekly television I'm not going to fucking watch.
There's already too much wrestling on during the week. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Like, you really think I'm going to know?
Yeah,
No.
what day are they going to be on? Tell me why it's... Okay, honestly, what they should do? Saturday morning.
Saturday? Like a Saturday morning cartoon?
Yes, just Ring of Honor. It's just Camp WWE on repeat. Called Camp ROH. It's just Chris Jericho yelling at himself in a mirror.
You're right, Taekwon. This is a logo begging for Hot Topic. You are absolutely correct. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh, the Ring of Honor acquisition has been just
They gotta sell honor rings. It's like a purity ring. It just says honor.
Really
so that every wrestler can have a ring of honor on them while they wrestle. I love it. I love it. We have just made the Ring of Honor acquisition that much more beneficial if they all have to wear honor rings.
Damn, dude, I'm actually a little surprised. And honestly, though, I'm actually surprised Tony Khan couldn't get a TV deal for this, or even like an actual streaming deal. Like, nobody sees value in this. I understand that, inflation, recession,
sure,
mergers and acquisitions are happening, and companies are cutting profits and employees and AI and all that fun stuff. But nobody was interested in Ring of Honor, the library, nobody.
You know what
Interesting.
You know what it was? I think actually, they're saying that Tony Khan couldn't get a TV deal because I remember the last time we did AEW negotiations, they got that extra time slot or an extra show slot, and they made that Rampage. Yeah.
So what happened there was here's what I heard from The Wire.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted a third hour of Dynamite, and instead they compromised on Rampage.
Yeah, and
which I think is the right call, to be honest.
Sure, which is fine, and I don't think Tony Khan is willing to replace Rampage with Ring of Honor.
Right, I agree.
No, there's no way.
And to Fred's idea of a YouTube deal, what kind of YouTube deal? YouTube doesn't have that kind of I don't think they have that kind of exclusive partnerships. Like, they would either go to an Amazon,
no,
or an Amazon or an HBO, like WWE to Peacock. I think those kind of deals are years away.
Yeah.
Because, say what you want about cable TV. Cable is still king because that's where all the money is.
Mm-hmm. Look how good the Super Bowl did this year.
Right. But even though I watched it on Hulu, but
yeah,
it's still Hulu cable.
Yeah.
But once you see those cable deals dwindling, which I think is why Vince wants to sell WWE, because you're never gonna get a higher price
than right now.
Than right now,
yeah,
because he sees the future. Cable's gonna be dead by the time he dies.
Yeah.
So it's like, why sell WWE now? Because it's inflated. First of all, the price of WWE is inflated. Whereas as much of the billions of dollars it's worth, it's
more
worth that much because of the cable deals.
Yeah.
Without cable deals, it's not worth half as much as it's worth. So sell it now.
Yeah.
It's just proof. It's just proof because Ring of Honor couldn't get a TV deal, and Tony Khan's going to struggle to get a TV deal with a Dynamite.
Yeah, he is, and it's a shame because I want Ring of Honor. Like, I would want Ring of Honor just for that library. No, for the library at least. That library is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
absolutely amazing. And the fact they're not doing more with it is a shame. But they also might be victim, like you said, Will, of the market and circumstance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But let's move on from that. Let's go to why we're actually all here and why we brought in Smilee. Of course, we are here to predict the last stop on the Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania Elimination Chamber, stemming live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, which I hear is a lovely place, depending on what Canadian you talk to. Sometimes they say it's an absolute shithole. Be that as it may.
Fretz, give us 1 to 10 Canadian Leafs. How awesome is it?
10 Canadian Leafs. How come that hasn't been a trope on this show earlier?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm not that clever.
That one's pretty good. The scale of 1 to 10 Canadian Leafs.
Brother Cody, the King.
It's Reverend Rhodes, like he was.
Reverend Rhodes.
That's not a number. A lovely city isn't a number between 1 to 10.
Yeah, we need a couple of leaps here, Frets.
I need to dumb it down for me.
Yeah. What I love about this is that, so I've noticed the trend that WWE is doing now and making these events bigger. So now there is literally a superstore for every premium live event. So the Elimination Chamber has their own superstore for merchandise and everything. But here's the best part about it. Since we're in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, mostly that's a very bilingual and French-speaking part of Canada. So the superstore is in French.
Oh, interesting.
It's like La Boutique Super or something like that.
Ooh.
I was like, wow, good job, WWE. So they have a lot of elimination exclusive merch. We're not going to talk about any of that merch because I saw nothing that was even worth my time, to be completely honest. What I do want to talk about...
Dying Kennedy was spawned at the nearest Tim Hortons.
Yo, don't sleep on Timmy Hose. That is a great fucking meal, okay? Tim Hortons is a fucking godsend, I will tell you that. But let's go to what we're all here for and what we're going to talk about the most. The main event. It's not an Elimination Chamber match, it's the main event, because Elimination Chamber matches don't deserve the main event, even if it's called the Elimination Chamber Premium Live Event. The main event of this is going to be a heart stopper and a heartbreaker between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship, whatever they're calling it. Smilee, I will defer to you. How badly will Sami Zayn get close to dying in Montreal?
Very much. Like, he's going to get demolished in his hometown in front of his... I wouldn't be surprised if they have his family front row to watch this. I would not be surprised.
Yes.
If they call his wife, and if they call his wife or Kevin Owens' wife, because apparently they're all like buddy best friends. So I wouldn't be surprised if they call up his wife and like, hey, come to the show, be front row, and be crying and all that. You know, the extra theatrics.
Yeah, Will Tarashak. How extra is this going to be? By the way, Fred says you would love Montreal due to the amount of strip clubs that there are.
Hell yeah. Now you're talking. Yeah, this match is going to be something special, I think. I'm very much excited for it. Yeah, I agree with Taquan. Apollo Zayn, he's going to get his brain clocked through his ears. It's going to be bad. It's going to be great, though. I'm going to just eat my pizza and cry myself to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Listen, they've been promoting this like crazy. Sami Zayn was at the Montreal.
Oh, wait, it's on Saturday, right?
It is on Saturday. Do not forget, it is Saturday, February 18th.
Shit.
Which is...
Yeah, remember, it is the same day as Mercedes Monet's match in New Japan against Kairi Sane. It is the same day, same time.
Wow.
I'm going to have to watch it on Monday or Sunday night.
It is also the same day and night as NBA All-Star Weekend, which a la dunk contest, and I always kind of want to tune in to see if there's anything entertaining on that, but I'm going to watch Sami Zayn get his ass beat by Roman Reigns, and let me tell you, Roman Reigns has been absolutely ruthless. If you don't believe me, follow him on TikTok.
Oh my god.
That TikTok was really funny.
He made like one video. He had like 1 million people following him. I was like, he made one video.
Listen, he is God mode at another level. He's greatness on a different level. That is a real thing. This man said one TikTok. It's like, hey TikTok, I'm here. Over 1 million followers instantaneously. Absolutely disgusting. Here's how I think the match is gonna go. Roman's gonna beat him down. It's gonna be classic wrestling psychology. Roman's gonna beat the shit out of him. Sami Zayn's gonna keep on fighting back. He's never going to give up essentially. And then at one moment when you think it's all over, Sami Zayn is going to have like a Hulk Hogan, sorry Smilee, but he's going to have a Hulk Hogan like ramp up and get the crowd to lose their mind, and it's going to be one of the greatest false finishes in the history of wrestling. Sami Zayn almost winning in Montreal. Roman's going to kick out at like 2.99, and then the beatdown's going to happen after that.
I don't know. Fred's made a good point, though. They have to let the Usos into Canada. They have DUIs.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
You know what I mean? Like, for real, though.
We'll find.
That's a problem. The Usos, they can't leave the country, apparently. They can't leave the country because of their DUIs. So.
Yeah.
Especially Canada. Yeah, especially Canada.
No, on SmackDown.
Canada don't fuck around with DUIs.
I think on SmackDown, Paul Heyman essentially talked him
wrote him off TV.
Yeah, wrote him off TV.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, just yeah. So I think they might be covered in that aspect, which is fine because here's the thing: this story doesn't need the Usos now.
It does. Jay is okay right now, but yeah, Jay is very much a part of this story.
No, Jay's a part of the story.
They can bring Solo. They can bring Solo.
Yeah, they can bring Solo. Like,
watch, he's gonna get pulled over by the Mountie.
The Mountie comes and saves him.
Yeah.
I want it like, all right, so like stupid Mark book, and I want this to be like an all Canadian affair. Like I want Lance Storm to come out and try to take out Roman. Like I want Roman to bury all the Canadian superstars that they can find.
I want the ghost of Stu Hart to wheel his ass down there.
Not the ghost of Stu Hart.
You know what? You know what it is? Here's what can happen, and if this does happen, that's messed up, Taquan. If this does happen, it'll be, I'll laugh so hard. What if a Montreal screw job Sami? What if they Montreal screw job Sami Zayn? What if Roman puts Sami in the sharpshooter? Because I think the sharpshooter spot is going to happen because if Roman's a great heel, that's exactly what he'd do.
It's going to.
Dude, if he puts him in the sharpshooter, that would be a great move.
On the floor, I would be like, "What a brilliant!" I'd have pissed off the crowd 101.
I want a sharpshooter Montreal like screw job. It'll be the greatest. Roman might die. Roman might die.
Brett comes out?
Brett does not want any of Roman. I could see Brett coming out of Roman spearing Brett.
Breaks him in half. Superman punch. His head falls off.
Yeah.
Like how Harry Potter nearly had this Nick. We're gonna have nearly had this Brett.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see a lot happen. This is going to be an epic beatdown. I mean, Sami has already played the broken babyface perfectly, especially with that promo with him and Reverend Rhodes. What did you think about the righteous Reverend Smilee and his promo with Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw?
It made me emotional because anytime Cody gets on the mic, I'm automatically just tuned in. Like everything else, I am ignoring because Cody just knows how to get you to watch him and listen to him. Like, I don't know, his promos are just so good. And they're just makes you want to get up and go, I can do this and all this shit. Like, yeah, like I don't know. His promos are something. It's
one of those things that works with the WWE crowd and not an AEW crowd, clearly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing what I enjoyed about this, Will, is that Sami comes out, he's hijacking the show, essentially, whatever, and he's like, I need to talk to Cody. Cody comes out, and literally, this is the Brooklyn crowd, by the way, and the crowd goes nuts for Cody. And I remember tweeting, you hear that, Sami? That's why you're not main eventing WrestleMania.
Yeah, dude, you got Brooklyn and not boo him.
Yeah.
Like if Brooklyn gave Cody a bigger pop than Sami, then that's telling you something.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's why they're going to Montreal, because that's how Sami gets a big pop. You're in his hometown.
No.
Yes,
Sami gets his WrestleMania moment too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, he'll get that.
It's not going to be against. He's going to get his moment against Roman. He's not going to win, but fuck him, he's not going to win. He's not a main event title holder. Like in this era of WWE, he's not.
No. But here's the thing. He's gonna
have a phenomenal moment at Chamber. He's gonna have a phenomenal moment at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens against the Usos.
Yeah.
So, like I said last week, Sami Zayn's not gonna be buried. Like he's gonna be very well taken care of. And isn't it funny that like about a little over a year ago we were talking about how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were both gonna go to AEW.
Yeah.
And then they didn't, and look what happens.
Yeah, and also I think Sami was, I forgot Sami was on either like
Murphy.
Yeah, my bad. Sami was on, I think, Chris Van Vliet or something like that, and he mentioned how he had been kind of petitioning Vince at the time to get to be in the program with Roman, and it didn't really happen. And then, obviously creative changed drastically, and all of a sudden he got the opportunity, and what his big thing was like they allowed it to breathe and see what happens.
It was supposed to be a 3-week story.
Yeah.
And it just continued and it continued and it continued.
Yeah, they saw something and they ran with it, and good on them. Yeah. Good on them. And listen, this is the logical conclusion to the Sami Zayn chapter of the Roman Reigns story. It's a logical conclusion because you got to think big picture here, and we're gonna go into a little bit of wrestling psychology here and storytelling in general. You have to make Roman Reigns, and you started it at Royal Rumble by
No, Ricky, we lost Ricky.
Well, let's see. Let's get me. Oh, there we go. No, I think he's still talking. He's still talking. We can't hear him.
There we go. We're here now.
Ricky,
I'm here.
There
I'm
we
here.
are.
I'm here.
Okay, I marked the audio.
That's okay. We're back now. We're back.
Tell your story.
I'm gonna talk my shit real quick. I froze a little bit. I don't freeze. But since you guys can all hear me,
I'm never free.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, my Black Panther's in me. Well, you better watch Wakanda War Forever. You have no excuse now. It's February.
Yeah. All right.
It's
a long story. I got like sick twice.
He got pink eye twice. It was great.
Now, go watch it.
I got pink eye twice because of Black Panther. All right, Ricky, tell your story. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. So here's the thing with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns needs to look like the biggest monster in the world. And the only way that you do that is to make him essentially beat the shit out of Sami. Sami already looks like a great babyface that you want to have win, and you need Roman to decimate him. Completely and utterly decimate him, so that he becomes the villain that everybody hopes to see.
Correct.
And that's really what you got to do for that, and that's what is going to happen as I'm messing with my own camera. So give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, I'll stall. For
Actually,
you.
no, we can do that. Here's what we can do because I've already set this up.
He needs his heat, man.
No,
he needs his heat.
Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go straight to intermission real quick because I still have an intermission slide, so that we can fix this. So we will be right back.
Still the intermission slide.
Midnight music.
As you are now sideways, Smilee. Thank you. But we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that a little bit of technical difficulties. But anywho, as we were saying, Roman Reigns is going to decimate Sami Zayn. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I hope I boo this man, even though I got a thing for Roman Reigns.
Listen, it worked in San Antonio at the Rumble. They gotta fuck your Roman. We haven't screamed fuck your Roman since we thought he retired the Undertaker.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we told anybody to fuck off in WWE.
yeah. It was great. I was a part of that first ever fuck your Roman crowd. It was one of the best feelings in the world, to be completely honest with you. But let's move on here because we can talk about Sami Zayn dying. And honestly, if I can be serious for a moment, no pun intended. Sami Zayn's best work is when he gets his ass beat. Remember when Kevin Owens TKO'd him in NXT?
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That was fun.
Absolutely beautiful. Made Kevin Owens seem like an unstoppable monster. That's going to happen again, but Roman's going to drag it out.
Except Roman's already an unstoppable monster.
Yeah.
I think it was like December 2019.
The last person to pin him was Corbin.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what storyline that was?
Was somebody speaking of dog food?
That was the dog food storyline, yes. That was the dog food storyline. Anywho, moving on, folks, to what should be a WrestleMania match, but for some reason we're blowing our load early and putting this at Elimination Chamber. Brock versus Bobby 3, because you can just number the matches at this point.
Nah, it's gonna be a brawl. No match.
You think this is a bait and switch?
Yes.
I'm okay with that. It better go to Mania because there's no reason. No offense to Montreal, Quebec, Canada. There's no reason for this match to be on Elimination Chamber.
Come on, Ricky. Obviously, Brock's gonna go face Gunther at Mania. Duh. I mean, duh. What's gonna happen?
No, I thought it was
Come on,
gonna
Ricky. Don't you read Twitter?
Yeah. I do, unfortunately. French, you do have a good point. It could be the fight pit at Mania.
That'd be really cool.
The fight pit on Extreme.
Lion's Den.
The fight pit at Extreme Rules was a very well designed match. Yes,
it's a cage with no door and kind of a roof.
And Daniel Cormier yoking people up.
Yeah, DC not really knowing what to do.
It was fine, except I want DC to come back and do it with Brock and Bobby and just have Brock and Bobby just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, DC would look really small in that ring.
They don't respect him at all.
DC's a big... Yeah, Brock would just hold a piece of paper again. No, but it'd be striped. It'd be like a paper ref.
Yeah, paper ref, paper champion. I love it. I will say this. I love Brock Lesnar more and more as the weeks go by. This man showed up to Brooklyn with a cowboy hat with a feather in his cap.
What a guy.
Begging Sable, who never wants to appear on TV ever again. Listen, I love me some Sable too. Oh, we can't hear Smiley. Don't worry, we will work on that right now. But keep talking, Will.
No, I got an audio on my recording, so
it's not coming up here on the feed, but I can fix that.
Oh well, I can see what you're working on here. The nice background of OBS. Yeah,
no, you're good. You're good, Smiley. We're working.
Country Brock's fun. I got no complaints with Country Brock.
Yeah.
Sable needs to go in the Hall of Fame eventually, before she dies. So I'm sure she'll get in there. And they're running out of women to put in. So. Dude, they haven't announced any Hall of Fame members yet.
No, they haven't, which is kind of weird.
Who are they? Are they running out of people?
Yeah.
They're all contracted to AEW.
Yeah. Or they're
You
dead.
still got Rock, you still got Cena, you still got technically Batista.
No, well, didn't Batista go in but like not accept it or something?
Yeah, he didn't give a speech. He didn't like do none of that. Technically, he is then. Fretz, can you hear us?
Yeah, you can. Really? Sid, Batista, Bam Bam. Interesting.
Oh yeah, Psycho Sid and Bam Bam, of course. That's good. Dude, I love Psycho Sid. I don't care what anybody says. He is such a moron.
Yeah, so who do you bring in this year?
I don't know.
Is Daniel Bryan a Hall of Famer? Is he? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He is?
No, Daniel
Okay,
Bryan's not
he's
in the
already
Hall
a
yet.
of Famer.
Not yet.
Yeah, he could have been, but you fumbled the bag and let him go.
Listen,
Sasha could have been, but you fumbled the bag, let her.
There we go.
fucking
You got an narrative.
yeah, she's good now.
Well, he wanted to leave. That wasn't WWE's fault. He was going to leave regardless.
Yeah,
you know,
Daniel Bryan was gonna, because Vince wasn't gonna make him do all that crazy shit, or wasn't gonna let him do all that crazy shit anymore, and he wanted to go.
I feel like if Vince did let him do all that crazy shit, he still would have left.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to go.
He wanted to go.
I think
Him
D-Bry
and-
wanted a challenge. He wanted something different. He wanted to work with these other guys.
Yeah,
Which
him and Mox were ready to go. They were ready to. get
Well,
on
yeah,
their horse and leave.
judging by Mox's book, no shit, he was ready to go. Holy crap!
I still have not read it. Like, I need to read it.
I read the
really need to read
excerpts. We're gonna have a Mox super fan on here one day. I know exactly who she is. She'll tell us all about it.
Great Muta would also be a good one in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Even Miko Satomura, she doesn't have that much time. Like, I know she's doing shit on NXT, but like, yeah, whatever.
her in, or to actually hear something. I know, but Roman could just come out and be like, you know what, you don't need any Hall of Famers. Put me in. I'm the tribal chief. Just put me in there.
I would love that, actually.
Everyone
That's a
booed
great
him.
that's a great addition to fucking his character.
Like, he's the tribal chief, even though he hasn't been in WWE long. Like, he's done enough, and so he said, "I'm putting myself in the Hall of Fame because I'm the tribal chief." And then all the family comes out, and then somehow, some way, The Rock gets there. I don't know. That's how you set up a fusion match between him and The Rock, and
Yeah, you get The Rock like 7 years to get ready, and then he goes in. You know, it works
The
out.
Rock's not The Rock's not a Hall of Famer, is he?
No,
Not yet.
not yet. He will
What?
be.
They haven't put him in yet?
The Rock.
Well, his schedule, I
Yeah,
guess.
The Rock's about to launch the XFL on Saturday, which is also happening on Saturday as well. XFL 3.0. It's going to be a great fucking
the
Saturday.
XFL is back again?
Yeah, The Rock bought it.
What a birthday weekend I got coming up here.
You have XFL, you have Elimination Chamber, you have NBA All-Star Saturday night. You've got a lot of shit.
Wow.
Jazz and I are also going to see Titanic in the movie theaters on Saturday.
Who wants to go see Titanic again?
Listen, it's
It's my favorite movie. It's in 4K.
yeah, I don't know why it's your favorite movie, but whatever.
I don't know either. That's weird.
All right, let's move on to more wrestling stuff. The U.S. title is on the line with Austin Theory, aka Young Rock, essentially, because he's in his young Hollywood Rock phase, versus Bronson Reed, everybody's resident thick boy, because it is thick boy season whenever Bronson Reed shows up. Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, who is going to frog splash the living shit out of that cage. Damian Priest, because you gotta have somebody who sounds like Scottie Pippen, and the drip god himself, Seth freaking Rollins. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the first match that starts Elimination Chamber, but I'm actually very excited for this. So here's the thing.
This is a good lineup.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Well, does Austin Theory come out of here alive?
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Well-
actually,
Oh, but he's still going to be champion, unfortunately.
no. I'm going to say no.
Hmm.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Does Seth drop it to Logan Paul at WrestleMania?
Stop it.
Stop it now.
You shut your whore
Stop
mouth.
it now.
I'm just saying, man.
Shut your whore mouth.
I'm just
Whore mouth,
saying,
Will.
man. If Seth wins this, because him and Logan is the match, I can't see anyone else win this title other than Seth Rollins. And I would not mind him versus Logan Paul being for the U.S. title. And I do think Theory's going to go on against Cena, which doesn't need the U.S. Why does Cena need the U.S. title? That's stupid.
He doesn't.
So Theory needs to drop. So give it to Seth, because Seth's great with it. And Seth versus Logan Paul makes that match a little more interesting. It's a little less predictable. It's a little less predictable on who's going to win. And I wouldn't mind seeing Logan Paul with that title. Just saying.
It would implode WrestleMania, which I'm actually all for.
You know what, dude, Ricky? Those headlines.
Logan Paul, internet self-made social media influencer. Logan Paul
is the champion
of the United States of America. Yep, knew it.
Stop it. I will hate everything.
He's America's champion, dude.
Listen, honestly,
just make his side plates his fucking energy drink from KSI.
Honestly, from a business perspective, that's a great move. That's a great move. Yeah. It's better than Patrick Mahomes getting the WWE title immediately after winning the Super Bowl.
Dude, that could have been one from 2 years ago. Who knows? You know what I mean? True. That's what I thought.
No, but you can tell by the leather on the strap. It's brand new.
It's brand new. So you know what? Triple H probably someone to each beforehand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just created side plates.
Is it just in case?
Yeah, it's the magic.
What do you think? Do you think if you reach out to Philadelphia, it's like we're gonna need that back?
Probably.
We're gonna win.
Probably. It's the magic of 3D printing, and it's made everything better. But back to this match.
If not Seth Priest,
Judgment Day needs something. Smiley, who do you got?
Yeah, Judgment Day needs something, right? I mean, I can't imagine what we're going to see. What Priest could do at WrestleMania. Well, then again, if Priest wins it, like, who's he going to go up against? Because Edge is going against Finn Balor. We're going to have U.S. champions have to do a run-in. That sounds stupid too.
It does. You have 2 days of WrestleMania. You can find a spot for all of your champions. But Smiley, who wins this for you?
Much as I don't want him to, I think Theory is going to walk away from this still champion, barely, but champion. I want Montez to win, but I really want Montez to have a title finally. That's not a tag championship. I want him to have his own title, but I think Theory, unfortunately, will walk away with this fucking title, but barely.
Ricky, did you hear back from WWE Shop, by the way?
Oh, yeah, I did. I do have to get to you on that. You probably didn't know, Smiley, if you didn't follow us on Twitter. I tweeted at WWE Shop directly on Monday about the idea of, and I've been saying this for fucking weeks, and I finally took the leap and finally tweeted at them, of doing custom Street Profit jerseys.
Yes! I want one so bad! Give it to me!
I'd buy one. I don't buy WWE merch, but I'd buy one.
This is your proof, WWE Shop. I'm going to clip this and send it to them. This is your proof, WWE Shop. We need custom Street Profits merch. So ironically, I tweeted about it at WWE Shop.
Motherfucker, charge per letter on the back.
Yeah, right? And literally, this guy Drew, who works for WWE Shop, shout out to Drew. You are now you are now slated to be our next Hall of Famer if you can get these merch done. Drew literally responded to me. He was like, "DM me your idea." Essentially, is what he said.
You better get paid for this idea.
I better.
You better get paid.
I better. And so I DM'd the idea, and they responded in the morning, and it was like, "Oh, good idea, blah blah blah. If you have any more ideas," and then he sent me a link to like send it through Fanatics, because obviously they partner with Fanatics. And literally, I know Fanatics makes custom jerseys because they do it for every other major sport. So this is an easy process for anybody to do.
I'd be like, listen here, Drew. All I want is 0.5 commission. 0.5%. That's it.
That'll work.
1/2 of 1%.
That'll work.
It'll be like $10,000
initially, and then it'll keep going, and I'll make more.
I need it. I want it.
No, I would love Montez for.
I know Bianca used to make custom jackets before she got called up. When she was in NXT, she would make custom Bianca jackets.
Well, she would do her. Bianca's always made stuff. Bianca made her own gear.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bianca makes their gear too.
Like, she was selling the jackets were like $100-something, and people were buying it.
Yeah, I would.
Who do you think makes those custom those jerseys for them? Because every single city they have one.
She does.
Yeah,
she makes it.
Bianca makes clothes when I mean the
Street Profits jerseys.
Yeah, she does.
She does.
She makes those too?
I think she does. Yeah, she likes to make clothes when her anxiety's high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
See how that ass looks on Monday? God damn.
She was the real thick boy, my lord.
She must have been real nervous. She must have been real anxious about that jersey, that outfit.
Liz, she does great work. And she does good.
It was so tight it could trap a fart.
Anywho, if anybody's going to benefit from this Elimination Chamber match, it's gonna be Montez Ford, and it's also gonna be Jenna Gargano. Because if you look at this as a whole, you have two of the best wrestling psychology minds that in the ring right now. You have Seth Rollins, you have Johnny Gargano, who just knows how to create an epic match out of nothing. Yeah. This man super kicked a skeleton during NXT Halloween Havoc, and it was one of the best pops of the night. Okay,
that was pretty funny. I remember that.
Okay,
Seth and Johnny have to start, right?
I would make them start. Yeah, I mean, Montez Ford is going to be great. Bronson Reed is probably going to do a massive splash and almost kill somebody, and I'm here. I'm here for it from the top of a pod. Yes.
I know about Bronson. I know he recently had like a match or something like that at a house show, and he barely got any. Crowd just went silent.
Listen, they haven't used him well enough. But this will be a great coming out party for him.
Yeah. He needs to be reintroduced.
Yeah. This is going to be great. And this is going to be good for Johnny, too, because Johnny hasn't had anything good besides the Dexter Lumis shit.
He hasn't done shit.
Yeah. I mean, there's a finite amount of time in WrestleMania, but I think this is going to be good. This is going to be a very, very fun Elimination Chamber match. Compared to Here Come the Women, a.k.a. the Kana Sacrifice match, because all these women are going to be sacrificed to Kana, aka Asuka, or formerly known as Asuka, because I'm never calling her Asuka, because that face paint is Kana. Okay.
It's fun. I think people on Twitter call her Dark Asuka. I'm like, it's Kana.
It's just Kana, folks.
Dark Asuka. Wow, this Elimination Chamber is very predictable.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to win this one. No Becky, no Bayley. Asuka's there. That's cool. No Lacey Evans either.
No Lacey yet.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
is that Chelsea Green on the left?
No, that's Carmella.
That's Carmella?
Yeah. And Chelsea, that's Carmella. Chelsea Green is too busy bitching at Adam Pearce every show, which is actually really funny.
It is really funny. It is really funny.
From what I heard, her new character is she's a Karen.
Yes, that's clearly what it is, and it's great.
She's a Karen. And I'm just like, you were a Karen on the indies. Like, girl, I don't need to see it on TV. Like,
Charles, it's not a story that Jedi would tell you.
I'm like, I didn't like you when you were at GCW with your husband. I don't like you now. Like, sorry, girl.
Listen, Darth Asuka the Wise. That's very good, Charles. That is very good, Darth Asuka the Wise. No, Asuka / Kana is going to destroy. Natty's going to get a great pop because, Canada, you need a Canadian representation in this match.
Canada. She's going to come out in all her dad's gear, sunglasses, jacket.
Yeah.
Beard. All of it.
I would not be surprised if Brett walks her to the ring. I would not be surprised.
Listen, Brett needs to get his steps in, so I can understand if Brett would come out for this.
Brett's gonna go, is Goldberg here?
No, we're good. All right.
Goldberg here.
We're good. Okay. No, this is totally predictable. Although, fun fact, Liv Morgan has been in the most women's elimination chambers in history, which is kind of weird. But yeah, here's my prediction. I think Liv Morgan and Asuka or Kana actually are going to be the last two, and Liv's going to die.
Yeah, Liv's going to die. She's going to get her face is going to be have all the mist. Because, Kana's going to bring back the mist. Or, I don't know. Because I know we can't do, like, the blood stuff she used to do back in Japan. So it's going to be, like, the color blue. Like she did when she had
at Rumble, yeah.
Thing with Carmella. She had, like, the blue coloring thing come out of her mouth. And I'm like, oh, that's supposed to be blood. But we can't use blood because...
So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do with this right now.
I hope Liv gets eliminated first.
I love Liv, and Liv is a great lovable loser. But... there is something about when she gets beaten down and she's all like kind of just sweaty, but like so she's like, come on, and like going nuts like that, because she has a knack for looking great during Extreme Rules matches. When she gets her ass beat, this will do wonders for her. Like she's a good loss, which is weird to say.
Yes. She is.
But
I really do not need what is that girl's name? The tall one. The tall
Raquel.
one whose gimmick is my back. Yeah, my back girl. Yeah, who cares about
Big
her?
Mommy Cool.
The what?
Big Mommy Cool's what we used to call her in NXT until they made her smile too much on the main roster.
Yeah, tell her she sucks.
I don't like her, and I don't like her boyfriend. I definitely don't like her gimmick. Her gimmick is I smile and, ooh, look at my back. I'm strong.
Like, see, it worked when she was a badass in NXT, and they totally made her smile. They gave her the Apollo Crews treatment, which was a bad move.
Yeah, at least her gimmick isn't, hey, I'm also Spanish.
No, they do that during Spanish Heritage Month. Then they'll run in one. Hey, y'all know Raquel Spanish, right?
Here's the best thing with Raquel when they did. I remember NXT did a presser like a year or so ago, and it's back when, well, more than a year ago. It's back when Cross was champion. They did a presser before one of their big events, and they had Spanish press there, or press from a Spanish speaking country. I'll put it better that way, and. What was good about it is that Raquel, who is naturally bilingual, answered the question in both Spanish and English. And that's a great use of the fact that, she's Spanish, and that's not something you throw out to the world like that. You don't force her to do that. She has spoken, hey, Matt Ritter's here from Smack It Raw. She has spoken in Spanish during some of her promos, but like it's not something that they're forcing onto the audience, which I think is a very positive thing. She just needs to stop smiling and just start killing people. Like, that's what she needs to do.
I just don't want to see her do the look at my back thing again. It got old real quick. I'm like, okay, girl, we get it. You're back. Okay. What else?
Baby's got back.
She don't got a front, boring. So she got to show the back.
She already has somebody that lifts weights and eats steaks in her life, so she doesn't need anything else.
The Mansoor Saudi push.
She does need the Mansoor Saudi push, I'm not going to lie. But no, she's going to be sacrificed like everybody else to Kana. Kana will go to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. And honestly, I want to see that all day, every day.
Yeah, I need to see that.
If we're not going to...
Bring me Kana.
Yeah.
Full Kana. Full Kana. If we get to see full Kana at WrestleMania, this is just half Kana, and we get the full Kana experience at WrestleMania, give it to me.
Yeah, because we're not getting Charlotte and Bianca, which I think is a massive misstep. But this is the next best thing.
Maybe
I don't really care about Charlotte and Rhea, to be honest.
Maybe we get that at SummerSlam at Backlash. No, SummerSlam.
Don't you dare say WrestleMania Backlash. We get that match. God no. But yeah.
No. SummerSlam. What do they say for SummerSlam? If it's SummerSlam, I will be there because, again,
it's in Detroit.
SummerSlam's in Detroit, and that's a 5-hour drive from my house, so I'll be there.
Nice. We will go to your house, and you will drive us the 5 hours to SummerSlam in Detroit.
Why not? Why not? You just gotta deal with me staying at a fucking casino. So
listen, that's fine with me. I need some extra money in my life. So let's move on to, hey, there's a tag match featuring a Hall of Famer and someone else from Canada. We have Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley, which is just going to be a fun match. I'm going to count the number of times Edge tries to slap his wife's ass on national TV, which would be a great counter because he tries to slip one in there every time they're on TV.
Every time. Every time. Makes her mad. Every time.
Don't blame him. She has a good sense of humor about it most of the time. most of the time.
Beth is a professional. She likes to be a professional. But you slap her ass, she's going to be like,
oh, please. Edge gets pegged at home.
I have no counter to that, really. I have no counter to that at all, to be completely honest with you.
You know what? You know it's true. Yeah.
So this is also going to be a pretty interesting match. This will obviously set up Finn and Edge at Mania, I believe.
I believe, yeah.
And Beth is just going to be Beth because she's here for a one-off. Clearly here for a one-off.
She got bored at home. She got bored at home and said, you know what? I can do some moves. Let's go.
Yeah, Beth's one of those people, like, Beth could still wrestle in this day and age and be good at it. You know what I do miss, Will? Do you remember Beth on NXT?
Commentary. Yeah, she was good.
She was fun. Every time I think Beth on NXT, I remember her with MSK And they were eating popcorn.
Yes, eating the popcorn.
Yes.
But she was way better than Renee Young at commentary.
Yes, because Beth wrestled.
Yeah, also probably because Renee had Vince in her ear. That probably was really hard.
I've heard Vince is a crazy person.
You gotta smile more.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, dude. So I think Edge and Beth win this. You got to get the hometown something, right?
Yeah, they gotta get something. They're gonna go full
win
Canadian
shit,
with this
of course.
Yeah.
They're gonna go full Canadian, full blown Canadian.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Before we get to the final match, this is the final match that we have here so far. How many sharpshooters do we see during this premium live event? Will Tarashak, how many?
God, dude, way too many.
Okay.
I hope they save it just for Roman.
I would.
It's like, sorry, Natty, no sharpshooter for you.
Smilee, how many sharpshooters do we see during this premium live event?
I'd say we get about 8 sharpshooters and maybe one of the. Ooh, what was Brett and her dad's tag team? I can't think of their name right now.
Heart Dungeon?
No, the Heart Foundation.
Heart Foundation.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna set that up, and it's gonna be Natty to do it. So we're probably gonna get one of those.
All right, no, Wiki, I got it. We're gonna have one sharpshooter, and then 9 of whatever Sting's move was called. The
Scorpion Deathlock.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Scorpion Deathlock. We're gonna have 9 of those.
Yeah, Corey Graves is going to be like, that's not the sharpshooter, that's the Scorpion Deathlock by some other guy. Or something
Some other guy.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know, some grandpa made this move. It'll be good. So yeah, I think Edge and Beth will win it for the Canadian crowd because Sami Zayn's going to break everybody's heart. Wow, you guys are some assholes in the chat.
Yeah, you guys are asses.
Fred says we're going to get 10 sharpshooters. Charles says we're getting 14.
I say about 7 or 8. I say about 7 or 8 sharpshooters.
No, here's what we're going to get. 1 sharpshooter from Roman. We're going to get a double sharpshooter from Natty because that's what Natty does randomly.
Yeah, Natty does.
Double sharpshooter from Natty. Edge and Beth are gonna sharpshooter both of them, and then somehow Rhea and Finn are gonna sharpshooter each other. And they're gonna kiss.
Karl Malone. There's no Karl Malone. Stop it. But yeah, so that's Elimination Chamber. I'm excited for this, for the most part. But the big question is, Smilee, since you are the guest returning on our show, how many crowns, how good will this premium live event or pay-per-view be? 1 being the worst thing you've ever seen, 10 being the best in crowns. So 1 to 10 crowns. How good will this Elimination Chamber premium live event be?
7. I give it 7 crowns. Because somehow, some way, the women's match is probably going to piss me off.
Yeah, probably. Will Tarashak?
I'm gonna agree for the exact same reasons. 7.
I'm gonna do some fuck shit to the women's match that's gonna make me mad.
It's not gonna piss me off. It's gonna make me yawn.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be the optimist. I'm gonna give it an 8. It's not gonna be the greatest thing, but it's gonna be a good. Here's the thing. I think Elimination Chamber is gonna be a good primer for the main storylines coming out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's going to be a good primer. Like, it's going to be Roman and Sami are going to highlight, and they're going to put on essentially a match of the year candidate, and it's going to set up the WrestleMania main event between Roman and Cody, which is going to be great. Kevin Owens gets involved in some way, shape, or form because Kevin Owens is not going to be that close to Montreal and not do anything. Which I think that might set up, Kevin coming to Sami Zayn once Sami's like left bloody in the middle of the ring afterwards.
Yep.
If Sami comes out to his old entrance music, his original
I
one,
lose my mind.
I will start ska dancing in my apartment all over the
8.
I will be
will be
in
the
my house.
minimum.
I will be in this room just doing the dance. I will be so excited.
Here's what's going to happen. Sami Zayn is going to come out like he did the first time in Montreal and separate his shoulder when he's going up the steps.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Like he went up against Cena. He still pulled off a great match.
He did.
With a separated shoulder. I think it's going to be good. I think the U.S. title match is going to be a good primer for whatever's going to happen there for 2 matches at least. And that's pretty much... Oh, yeah, and Kana's going to face Bianca, so that'll be a good primer too.
Yeah, it's a 2-match card, so it's those 2 matches have to really deliver.
Yeah, and I think they will, especially if you bookend them, which I think is what you should do. And it's going to be great. I am very excited for this. But I said I'm going to give it 8. It's going to be a good setup. And the best part about this is there is nothing else in the way between that and WrestleMania. It is just story building, which is what you need.
Somebody gets hurt. Unless somebody gets hurt this weekend. Somebody gets hurt.
Don't you dare put that out into the universe, Smilee.
I'm not, but like Elimination Chamber and like Hell in a Cell, like anytime there's cell matches, somebody gets injured.
Somebody's gonna get the ass kicked. Somebody's gonna get the pussy whipped. Somebody's gonna get the ass kicked.
Break his neck. Oh my god, that is actually a really great theme song. It's a good theme song to work out to, by the way.
It's so ridiculous. Fucking Mark Henry.
It's a good theme song to work out to, I will tell you that. There's nothing like working out to WWE theme songs.
It works.
It does. It's a good energy boost.
Until you get
You are very flat on your stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. That's pretty much all we have for this show this week, and it was a great show. So thank you, Smilee, for joining us on this show. Obviously, you are more than welcome back, and when you do return, Smilee, we do need you in some of our Kings of the Rings merchandise. Damn it.
Well, definitely, because I'm not gonna go to this. I'll just get a new shirt because I don't feel like going garage hunting in my grandmother's garage when it's 20 degrees outside and it's fucking snowing.
Listen, we have hoodies for that too. Our hoodies are one of the most comfortable things we've ever made.
And while we were recording, someone bought a Fretzelmania stainless steel tumbler.
I wonder who did that.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Is his name begin with a J? That's a yes, Will.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, Mr. begins with M.
That's a yes, Will. That's a yes. But yeah, no, you got to buy some of our merch. I think I'm coming out with a new line of merchandise for my own personal site. But all of our stuff is in our shop below. We have a bunch of shit. You can buy tote bags, duffel bags for us. We can do everything. What is it? Computer mats or desktop mats? Condoms are coming too. We're not. We can't design condoms. Although we should find a way.
I'll definitely probably get a bag and a shirt because I'm gonna need a bag if I'm going to Detroit for some of family.
Well, I think they just came out. I think they just came out with like a bigger like weekend bag or something. I'll figure it out. I'll show you on the post.
That will work.
I'll show you on the post, or I'll link it to you on one of our stuff. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Remember, it's this Saturday, folks. Elimination Chamber is this Saturday because all WWE events outside of WrestleMania will always be on a Saturday because that's just really fucking smart. And you have a break on Sunday. The day of hangovers is usually what it is.
Hangovers, yeah.
Yeah. Hangovers. So I'll be watching it. Smilee, you on PlayStation?
No, I don't have a PlayStation. I have an Xbox. I have a Switch.
Oh, I have an Xbox as well. Because I'm just weird like that, and I had a lot of money from the panorama, aka the pandemic. So I'll probably be.
I bet you did.
I'll be watching probably on PlayStation with Charles actually. So if anybody wants to join in on our little shindig, you guys are more than welcome. Find me clearly out in Bachelor the Bigs. But with that being said, we're gonna do the post show. So Smilee, are you joining us for the post show too for a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, we're gonna do the post show. We're gonna do all this fun shit.
To do.
Awesome. Will, are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, technical difficulties and all, episode number 328. Put a smiley on our good friend, the Chicago-made Smilee, CM Smilee, as we originally knew her, joined us to talk about Elimination Chamber and all the other random shenanigans that we've been through in life. Smilee, thank you for joining us. Obviously, find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets as well. If you're listening to us, please make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the Common Wrestling Podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at Addict_Wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else on social media. Smilee, thank you again. You get an opportunity to do your own outro. So where can they find you, Smilee?
You can find me on Twitter talking shit at SmileeBWR. That's Smilee with 2 E's.
There we go. Smilee with 2 E's. If you're watching it, her handle is on the bottom of her video because I put it there on purpose. Will Tarashok.
Hey.
Yeah, it's me. It's Willie T. I feel like I haven't done that outro in a long time. My name is Will Tarashuk, T as in Thomas, A-R-A-S-H-U-K, the founder of this glorious podcast, 320 episodes strong. Yeah, you can laugh all you want, Smilee. You're welcome, by the way. My shenanigans.
Because I literally just remember you saying that in the video we made in WrestleMania. And I'm back from bed going, I don't know that white guy.
I probably said that. Yeah, I probably did. I'm not sorry, Will.
It sounds like something that we would do. But hey, that's fine. It is what it is. It be what it be. It do what it do. Find my shenanigans, Talking with Tarashuk podcast, anywhere a podcast can be found. I got a lot of great guests, including a lot of military vets coming up in the next 2 weeks. So a lot of fun stuff happening there. My birthday's tomorrow, so don't forget to wish me a happy birthday.
Yay. Awesome. So that's totally right. Happy birthday, Will. Yeah, that's a thing. Sorry. It happens.
I'm turning 28, and the age doesn't matter.
I'll ruin your life on the post show about your age of 28. So yeah, when we get to when we come back next week, maybe we'll have another guest, maybe we won't. We've got a lot of people who want to be our guests. I found a guy on TikTok that wants to be a guest host, which would be pretty cool.
I found someone in Miami who wants to be a guest.
Nice.
So
It's going to be a fun time.
Which person on TikTok? Because I know too many of those people on TikTok.
I'll figure it out. They messaged us on TikTok, so I'll definitely get back to them. So when we come back next week, we'll talk about the fallout from Elimination Chamber, and then we'll also try to figure out if Sami Zayn is alive, even walking, audible, conscious. We don't know. We'll find out on Saturday, and we'll talk about it next Wednesday. So until then, folks, goodbye, good night, thank you, Smilee, for returning. And one more thing. Fuck you, Slack. Fuck you, Slack. We'll see you next week.
Midnight music.
So, Will, you want to hear the disturbing news I have for you? I just came to this realization. You're turning how old I was when I first started on your show.
That's funny. Yeah, put that in perspective.
Yeah. You were smoking back then, too.
I was.
That's how I got the invite. You're like, between pubs, you're like, yeah, just come back next week then. Literally, that's how the invite went.
Yep. Thank God.
Oh, my God. Oh, I forgot the spy balloon thing that Fretz put in our Discord.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Smilee, you gotta DM me at some point your number so I can invite you to our Discord.
Okay.
Which is weird, but I don't have any of, anything related to you, number-wise, because I just talk to you on, Snapchat or TikTok or whatever. And I've known you for a...
I'm like, this whole time you've
never had it. I know, it's really weird.
That is on me.
It's on all of us, actually. I remember Will and Dave smoking. We did remember. Oh, I forgot we used to do Twitter lives. My God, technology has advanced so much since we started doing that.
Such a fun time.
We are a fun time, and I'm glad you still listen to us. How was your experience? This is your first time on a live stream, because the last time you were here with us, you were just audio.
Yeah, I tried to find the old audio, and I guess I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared.
I'll give you a hint.
On SoundCloud.
I'll give you a hint. It's on our SoundCloud somewhere.
That's what I went to. I went to SoundCloud, and it's gone. It's gone. It's not on Apple anymore, and it's not on SoundCloud anymore.
It should be on SoundCloud. Our entire archive is on SoundCloud. I made sure of that.
Maybe I just gotta go back.
You gotta go in there deep. You're in the hundreds somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I used to have it in my favorites list. I tried to go back and listen to it. It wouldn't work, and I was pissed. And I tried Apple, and it was gone. So I was like, all right.
Listen,
okay.
I don't know anybody who still uses Apple for podcasts anymore, because Apple Podcasts has literally pissed me off. I'd rather use Spotify or just Google Podcasts, as I'm a Google nerd. So, what's up?
I have an iPhone. I have an iPhone, so everything is on my Apple.
Oh, question for you as well. Speaking of Apple stuff, we do have the ability to make Kings of the Rings podcast like iPhone cases.
Ooh, I do like iPhone cases.
I mean, iPhone cases and Samsung cases as well.
Just get everything. Just go make the money. Just go and make all.
Listen, there's a
all.
bunch of shit. Yeah, maybe that'll be my project over the weekend. Well, I think I'm gonna start making the iPhone and Samsung cases for all of our merch stores.
Cool. Interesting.
Might as well.
Dude, like smells like cherries in here. I don't know why.
Why does it smell like cherries?
I don't know. My office smells like cherries, and I don't eat cherries.
You should eat cherries. Cherries are great.
I actually can eat cherries.
You can or you cannot?
Cannot.
Ah, damn.
Like just. Oh, that picture of Seth Rollins is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like there is not one part of the cherry I can eat. It's just like this because the skin on the cherry. You can't peel a cherry.
No, you cannot.
So the grapes, like I love grapes, but I can't eat grapes.
That sucks. Grapes are amazing. It's the world's popcorn.
That's a good way of looking at it. All right, let me edit this bitch.
It's gonna be a little bit of a pain, but we'll see what happens with it.
No, it's fine.
You know what it was? I might have to readjust because the wiring on my, which was weird because I'd never moved this camera. The wiring on my camera fizzed out, and so it fucked.
Oh, that's not good.
Or like I don't know why I had to readjust it on my computer. Like it was like the port or something, but like I never move this. I just have to move the computer a little bit. Maybe it's rubbing up against something.
Is it USB-C?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have the Brio.
Yeah, the Brio. Yeah.
It's a special. It might be a special cord though, because it might be the certain wattage or voltage it needs.
Yeah, it just shorted for some reason. I just had to like pull it out and pull it back in and put it back in. So.
Yeah, it's a bad cord. You probably need a new cord.
Maybe.
What did he tell me to do? Diaz? No, that wasn't for the Echo. Okay.
All right, so Smilee, I have a question for you. Are you still with us? You're right. You're still there.
Yeah.
All right. Have you heard of this Muppet comedian? I know that sounds weird, but have you ever heard of Chad the Bird?
I follow him on TikTok. He's fucking hilarious. I keep saying I'm gonna go to his show.
But it's like, because you know he resides in Chicago.
Wrestling this weekend, wrestling. I'm like, I'm just going to one of his shows, but all his shows are like on the north side. Nobody wants to go to the north side. Because I'm supposed to drive to the north side. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody. Trust me, it's a pain. It's a pain.
Yeah, we had to drive to the north side a lot because that's where the fucking arena was for Survivor Series. I believe it was up north.
The north side is.
Yeah.
North side is a pain in the ass. I really want to go to his show.
Yeah, I just sent Will a little bit of Chad Bird. I know you didn't finish watching it, Will, but you should, and it's fucking hilarious.
He's hilarious. And I really
do we know what Chad the Bird actually looks like, or is it just we've just?
No, I have no idea. No idea. I do not know what he looks like outside the bird.
Nice. That's fine.
Shocker, because I'm like, because in wrestling, I know what everyone looks like outside their mask and all that. I'm like, oh, I know what you look like.
Yeah, I mean, what is the craziest story that you can tell us? Remember, we are still live. What's the craziest story you can tell us from your time in Florida living in NXT country?
I want a specific alligator story.
What an alligator story.
Okay, I can tell this one. So it was my birthday weekend before everything got shut down. Like it was my birthday. It was like my first. I think we went out the weekend of my birthday. It was like my birthday. Then like 3 days later, everything shut down. So,
one of those.
So we're on this street. We're on Wall Street. And Wall Street in downtown. Orlando,
don't worry. I know about Wall Street. I have been on Wall Street. It's fun. So Will,
I love Wall Street.
Will, can you hear me? Will's doing. I'll explain the Wall Street later. Because we did not go to. Will has not been to Orlando once, but I went down to Wall Street. It's a great time.
It's so much fun, and I miss it because mostly all the clubs in downtown Orlando are free. Like I miss that. Anyway, so I'm on Wall Street, and it's like maybe the start of the night, so it's kind of empty. Like it hasn't packed up full of people yet.
Mm-hmm.
So look, we got down there real early because I had planned it. I was like, all right, we're going to get down there here because I'm not trying to stay out all night because I'm old.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think I was turning like 29, 28 or something like that. So, what was it, 2020? I was turning 30. Yeah, I was turning like 29. I was turning 29. And I was like, all right, I didn't want to be out all night. So I was like, first up, Wall Street. I had to go get $3 margarita shops on Wall Street because at the bar, shit's like $3. So anyway, we're hopping from bar to bar. Go to this one bar, and we're walking outside the bar, and I look, and I'm like, hold the fuck up! I'm like, that's Walter.
Wait, you saw Walter?
Like, holy shit!
You saw Walter on Wall Street?
At the bar, and I'm like, don't bother him, because it's their days off, and when they're day off, I don't want to bother them. And so our friend was like, Walter! Walter looks up, pulls a drink at him, and he does the Imperium pose. Like, oh God,
that's amazing.
No, it keeps going. So we keep walking, and I see Reginald, and you gotta know, me and Reggie were cool.
Yeah.
That's my friend. And I see Reggie. I see Apollo Crews. I see Ricochet. I see not the Good Brothers. Oh my God, just Street Profits. I'm just like, go around, come on. And Reggie sees me. He goes, happy birthday, Smilee. And I'm just like, oh no. And then Montez is like, it's your birthday. And he comes. You see a big old hug. I was like, come over here. I was like, I don't want to bother you.
I love that.
It's your birthday.
I love that Montez is the same person off camera that he is on camera, just out of his fucking mind.
Give me happy birthday, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm embarrassed. I'm just like, it's your day off. Like I'm not gonna bother y'all. He's like, you're not bothering us. And Ricochet was like, no, it's cool. You're a cool fan. He's like, we like you. I was just like, I've learned, not to bother y'all because I listen to it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've learned not to bother y'all if I see y'all out in public. He's like, you're not bothering us. None of this. We like you. So I'm just like, oh my God. It was the best night of my weekend. It was the best night ever. I was just like, my best night. It was birthday to me. Like, I'm almost crying. I was just so excited. I was like, what is life right now? I was like, what is this? And I told Reginald, I was like, Reginald, I'm going to hurt you. It's you for this.
Good old Trevor. Good old Trevor. I think the night that we met up on Bourbon Street, like right before we had Will and I and Dave had ran into Ricochet because they were all hanging out at a spot.
Yeah, he's cool. Ricochet is definitely cool. I told Reggie that I was gonna get him back for that night. I was just like, I'm gonna get him back for this. I was like, I did not want to bother you and your friends. Because not only Walter was there, the whole Emporium was there. Not Emporium. Yeah, Emporium. I was like, all of them were there. So I was like, oh my God. Like,
speaking of Imperium, did we ever...
Imperium. I said Emporium.
It's okay.
Imperium.
It's okay. We should call them Emporium if they start sucking. Did we ever tell you the story about Giovanni Vinci, or whatever the hell his name was before?
Ooh, which one is that?
The Italian one.
Oh, the bald one.
Yeah, the bald one. I forgot what his name was before he changed to Giovanni Vinci.
You did not tell us the story.
No. All right, so we'll tell you the story. So this is before we ran into you. I need to find out what his actual Giovanni... What was his name before that? Formerly as, what do you go by? He was Fabian Eichner. There it was.
Oh, yeah, Fabian Eichner. Yeah.
Did we ever tell you the Fabian Eichner story? We probably didn't tell you that night because we were shit-faced.
No.
So before you showed up, we were at the bar. I think the bar was called The Swamp. I think is when we first ran into you.
The Swamp. Yeah,
Swamp. So we first saw The Swamp. So me, Will, and Dave were at the bar, chatting it up, making our ends with the bartender at the time. Some nice lady. She was really cool. And...
Are you telling you the tipping story again?
She was. We never told her a tipping story because we saw her afterwards.
Okay.
So what ends up happening
What a
is
story.
that a bunch of NXT talent just started walking, and we're talking like Vanessa Bourne, who was a looker, Ruby Riott at the time,
Gorgeous.
Ruby Riott with the softest hands I've ever high-fived in my life. It's like her and Ricky Steamboat, softest hands in the world. It was Ruby, Fabian, Damian Priest, I think, was also there. Ricochet, because I got a selfie with Ricochet really quick. And Fabian Eichner. At one point, the man formerly known as the Velveteen Dream walked by in character and did not say hi to anybody. And then at one point, I think at one point we literally bumped into Juice Robinson at the time. This is before he was New Japan Juice Robinson. When he was still finding himself. Anywho, so we're at the main part of the bar. Fabian Eichner, Vanessa Bourne, and whomever Aaliyah was there too. Aaliyah, who is tiny and cute as a button. But they're all there. Fabian Eichner, we find out, ends up buying a round for everybody. Okay, cool, whatever. We're not bothering them. We're kind of just chilling, admiring the view. What ends up happening is Fabian Eichner. Are you still with the Smilee? Because I just lost your camera. Did we just lose Smilee?
I was on my 5G.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Sorry.
I had to find the Wi-Fi.
Gotcha. So, anywho, Fabian Eichner ends up buying the round. He uses his card or whatever. And obviously, on the bottom of bar receipts, you can leave a tip if you use a card. So, the bartender gets the receipt, the sign signature back, and then starts yelling in Fabian Eichner's face. And we're just watching like, what the fuck's going on? Why is she so mad at Fabian Eichner for? And Fabian Eichner's like, I got you, blah, 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 and like walks away. She comes to us because at this time we have befriended said New Orleans bartender, and she she shows us the bill. So Fabian Eichner bought a round, and at the time it was like essentially $69.97, some shit like that. This motherfucker tipped 3 cents.
It wasn't that much.
What an asshole!
Something like that, yeah.
Asshole.
So ever since then, we have been anti-Fabian Eichner since that time.
Dick, how dare you?
So we.
You always tip your bartenders.
I mean, in his defense, he's not American, so it's not. He doesn't understand.
Still, he was in America long enough. He knows the rules.
Well, since we're talking about un-American fucking wrestlers, this was also a Bourbon Street story. This was like after. No, it was the day of Mania around like 3 a.m., 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, we were sleeping after. We were sleeping after Takeover.
Okay. So this was like day of Mania, but like maybe like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm still on Bourbon Street. We're outside this bar. I don't know where on Bourbon. I think I'm like the beginning of Bourbon Street where it starts. I think.
Where the Crystals is at?
Because I know right there was like a Walgreens, and that's all I remember. That is all
There's
I
a Crystals there too, I remember as well.
Fuck.
I remember the Walgreens.
Okay.
That's all I remember. Okay. So we are at this bar, and outside the bar, we have already seen Ortiz, and apparently Trent Seven and his tag partner, whose name I can't think of right now. I can see his face, can't think of his name.
Tyler Bate?
What's his name? Tyler Bate. So I'm drunk. I'm fucked up, of course. It's like day 2. I'm shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before he got canceled.
Who, Trent?
There's a 20. No, you'll see. So what is it, like 2016, 2017?
2018, but close.
So 18. Sorry. So I'm drunk, and Trent Seven's like standing here. I'm like all the way, maybe like 100 feet, 50 feet away. And I have on drunk goggles. I'm fucked up. And all I see is tall, and I see mustache. So what do? I yell out real loud, Marty!
Marty Skrull?
And
Wow.
And everyone turns around, looks at me. My friend comes to me, and she's like, that's not Marty. I said, who is that? She said, that's Trent Seven. And I was like, no. I get closer, and it is Trent. And I'm like, I am so sorry. And he was like, I'm going to tell Marty this story. And he still takes a picture with me. Even though I am fucking... I still have that picture on my
Marty's... I mean, that sounds like such a Trent Seven story. Like, he just takes everything in stride.
I'm totally going to tell Marty this. And I was just like, please don't tell him I called you. Like, I was so drunk. I'm sorry. Like, all I saw was tall and mustache. That's all I saw. I was drunk.
Listen, it happens. It's not so... I kind of remember this. So once we left Bourbon Street that night with you, Will and I were walking barely back to where we were staying because it was like a 5-10 minute walk to Bourbon Street. So we didn't even rent a car because we were in the sweet spot between Bourbon Street and the Superdome. So we walked everywhere.
Oh yeah, I had a car, but I learned the hard way. Don't have a
car in NOLA.
Yeah, I didn't learn. I didn't know. Like at the time, I did not know.
Yeah.
Like it was like my second time going down there without my parents. So I didn't know.
Right.
Take an Uber from the airport and then just walk everywhere. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I didn't know at the time. I had no idea.
So we were walking. We're like a block away from where we're staying. And we were stopped by these group of random chicks on the side of a street, and we just talked them up for no good reason whatsoever. Because
was this by the food truck?
Maybe, I don't know. Anywho, we end up talking them up for an indiscriminate amount of time. I barely remember this. Okay, we finally end up leaving. We pass out. We are 3 sheets to the wind when we wake up, and we were the dumbasses that said, "Hey, let's do an 8 a.m. Saturday WrestleMania Access."
Yeah, you did say. Did you throw up at Access?
No, Will did.
I think
Will threw up at Access.
Yeah, Will threw up at Access.
Where did I throw up?
Access the next day in New Orleans.
I didn't throw up at Access.
Oh, you didn't?
I did not.
Okay.
I had the cheeseburger, and I was good to go.
That's true. We did after.
I had that 10:30 a.m. cheeseburger. Dave again with the fucking MVP that weekend.
Yeah, so we're in line to go see DDP because why the fuck not? It's Diamond Dallas Page. And my phone starts texting me, and it's a 504 area code. And I don't know who this is.
The girls.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck do I know from a 504 area code? And then, like, Drunk Recall hits, was like, oh my god, I got the number of this random chick. I was talking to us last night. Never saw her again. It was weird.
Oh my god. Oh, this was so much fun. I did learn, do not ever walk to Bourbon Street from your hotel by yourself when you're a girl in the fucking middle of the night.
Why did you do that?
Don't do it. It was New Orleans. It was WrestleMania weekend. I didn't give a shit.
That's true.
Fair,
that is that's a very fair point.
No, because that's literally what.
Like, who's gonna rate me a mark? They don't even know how.
On this video like 3 days ago, and it's me and Will. It's in a bar. I think we were in the Swamp because I was drinking a daiquiri, and I think I was making a reply video to one of my friends saying I was drunk.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you're drunk," and I grabbed Will to do this video. I'm like, "Am I drunk? Am I drunk? I was WrestleMania weekend. Who cares?" I was like, "I don't remember that."
Yeah, was this this was clearly before you started slipping me your drinks into my big ass cup.
I did that.
Yeah,
too.
I know, and I
was like, Smilee, I can't drink this. Like, pour it in the I was like, good idea.
Why did I do that? Why did I not just drink it?
I don't know. There was a lot going on.
Hey man, everyone knows when they've had their fill, and we
did. Yeah, that was a wild night.
Ended up in a random balcony. We ended up in a balcony on Bourbon Street. Don't know how
we ended up in a lot.
There's a lot of balconies on Bourbon Street that we ended up on.
I don't know how.
All right, Ricky. Show has been edited and uploaded.
Thank goodness. I gotta see this playback of the video too because I do want to edit the video for.
Hey, good luck with that. But the audio is solid. You couldn't. Well, other than that, we're going to a quick break. Other than that, it's totally couldn't.
Yeah, that's fine. That works out. God, I really hope WrestleMania goes to New Orleans again because that'll be a crazy time. And this time I'll probably drag Charles with me.
Hell yeah!
I kind of do want to tell you. I don't think I told you guys. Do you want to hear a Wale Mania story about the Good Brothers?
How is Wale Mania? I've always wanted to go and just never went.
Oh, okay. So Wale Mania was in Texas, And of course, it was my second WrestleMania. I'm like, of course I'm gonna fucking go because I was getting paid by Twitter back then before it went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting paid by Twitter, and I was like, I got Twitter money. Like, let's go. I had everything. I had the good hotel. I had a rental car. I was ready to go. So night of Wale Mania, it was at the House of Blues in Dallas.
Yeah.
And everything was like, I thought I was just gonna go there, hang out in the crowd, see some Twitter people. I get there, I immediately get pulled like the third floor or like all the way top of House of Blues, and I go into this room. Like, I don't know if y'all know Seahawk. Seahawk is the one who grabbed me, was like, come upstairs, and I was just like, okay. And I left my friends with one half of Top Flight, Darius Martin, and I was like, I will be right back. I was like, I'll be right back, I swear. So I leave my friends and I go all the way upstairs and I see all my Twitter people. I'm like, okay, cool. So he's like, follow me into this room. So I go into this room and I see a whole bunch of more Twitter people there. And then boom, bam, there are the Good Brothers. And I'm like,
yeah, the Good Brothers are great dudes. They are funny as fuck.
So I see the Good Brothers and who's the one with the hot Asian wife that he keeps
Carl Anderson.
Yes, I see Carl. Carl daps me up. He daps up. And I'm like,
yo, Carl needs to stop it.
Carl called me queen. So he's like, how you doing, queen? I was like, did he just call me a queen? I'm like, did he just dap me up and call me queen? I was like, he was getting his whole black girl fantasy. He was talking to every single black girl at the party.
Carl Anderson is for the culture, folks.
Hey man, once you go with the black girl, there's no going back.
Sure.
And how, I don't know how this happened, but we all of us got to be in VIP upstairs. Like, it's me, my friends, half of NXT, Good Brothers, fucking Big Swole's there, Cedric.
Yeah, Big Swole. How is Big Swole?
Black Twitter. I love Swole. Swole and me are cool. I love her. Like, Cedric's hugging me like we've been besties forever. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like,
this sounds like a great time. All right, so I do want to ask you a question because I was also in Dallas this past year, and I remember we were talking a little bit back and forth. You have to tell me the story about how the hell, number one, you ended up. Listen to this, Will. How the hell you ended up in a suite at WrestleMania, and the fact that, listen to this, Will.
I'm listening.
Stephanie McMahon showed up to your suite before the show started.
I can tell this story because screw him. So I was not going to go to WrestleMania. I had no plans to. I was going to go home. I only went down there to support my boyfriend, see my friends, go to WrestleMania, and that was it. I was not going to go to the big show. I didn't care. I was like, I was going to go home. So day of, they just like Sunday. So it's Sunday, and I was supposed to get on my flight. Southwest calls me and says, "Hey, our system went down." Like,
there's your first.
Yeah, you flew Southwest.
I always fly Southwest. I've never had a problem with it.
Don't do that anymore.
I've never.
Not gonna lie, I've only heard good things about Southwest until like the past.
Like, I've never had
Southwest
a
is
problem with
fun. Southwest is fun.
So they called me and they said, "Hey, our system went down. Your flight has been canceled." I'm like, what? I had I was gonna go home. I had everything fucking packed, and they're like, "So our system has gone down. Your flight has been canceled. We can rebook you for tomorrow." And I'm like, oh, all right. I had to tell my hotels, like, hey, so my flight got canceled. Can I stay here an extra day? They're like, yeah, we're not going to charge you. It's fine. No one else is coming. So, yeah, you just.
Well, yeah, it's Dallas WrestleMania week, and they made their money. You can stay an extra day. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, they're just like, it's not your fault. We'll just we'll rebook you. You can stay in a row. We're not going to charge you. I was like, thank God. So I called my parents. I called mom. So I was just like, hey, I'm stuck in Dallas another day. And she was like, what happened? Blah, blah. So Hoodfoot at the time, who I was dating, I didn't know I was dating Hoodfoot. And I called him. I was like, hey, I'm going to be here an extra day.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing today? And he was like, oh, we're going to WrestleMania. Do you want to go to WrestleMania? I was just like, I don't have a ticket. He's like, me neither. Meet me at this hotel. And I was like, okay. So I drive to this hotel where I guess all the GCW people were staying and all that. And Brett comes out, Brett Lauderdale. He's the owner of GCW.
Mm-hmm.
And he has this bus. And we all get in. It's me, Hudford, Brett Lauderdale, some other wrestlers, Alley Catch. And the person who had the tickets, he had tickets for all of us to go to WrestleMania. And I'm thinking these are just regular WrestleMania tickets. He had us get these wristbands, and we walked into this VIP lounge. Like, I've never seen anything more fancier. Like, we walk in. Like, I have this wrist. I still.
All right, here it is. You got to tell me the spread. What's the spread in this lounge? What's the spread like? Let me know.
Okay, so you open the doors, and everything is fancy. The bar is big. It's blue.
Is it open bar? Is it open bar?
Yes.
Wow, I'm sold. Sold already.
Everything was free. We get to the suite. The suite is right by the big WrestleMania Dallas Star sign. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just like, what is my life right now? What is going on? So we all put our stuff down and we go into where the food, the free food, and the bar is. We walk. I walk in. I turn left. McMahon is right here. And I'm like, McMahon. And Husband told me at the time, he was like, don't be a mark, don't be a fan, act cool. So I just walk by Stephanie like it's nothing. And in my head, I'm like, that's fucking Stephanie McMahon. What the fuck? So I just get, some food, I get a drink, and I go back into the suite. And I sit down. All of a sudden, I hear a knock. And Stephanie McMahon walks in. I was like, hey, guys. So I'm like, I'm just like, man, it's Stephanie McMahon. He's like, chill. I was like, man, Stephanie McMahon. And Brett goes out, and they go back to, like, the bar area and chop it up or whatever. And I'm just sitting there like, Stephanie McMahon just walked up in this bitch like she owned it.
Well, I mean, she did for the day.
And, like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? So I leave the suite by myself for a bit to go get me another drink. Because, again, everything was free. Free food, free drinks. Everything was free. And I get to see what other food there is. And I bump into this guy. I'm like, oh, my bad. And I'm trying to walk away. And the guy was like, do you not know who I am? And I was like, no. Am I supposed to? And he was like, are you from here? I was like, no, obviously not. Because the way I was dressed, I was just very comfortably.
Yeah.
So I was like, obviously not. Right. And he laughed and he was like, come with me. And so we go into like the VIP lounge, also had like the rooms, like very fancy rooms. And he takes me, he was like, hey guys, this girl doesn't know who we are. And they all looked at me and like laughed. I'm just like, okay, I kind of want to go now. And he was like, wait, y'all for real? He's like, you really don't know who you are? I was like, no, who are you guys? He's like, we're the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
shit.
And I'm like, oh, the Dallas Cowboys.
So, like, who on the Dallas Cowboys?
Almost half the team was there. I don't know them by name because I don't watch Dallas football.
No one does.
Because if I want to watch a team that's going to disappoint me, I'm going to watch the Bears. So
listen, you guys have a future. Justin Fields is good.
Yeah, but he wants to leave. Justin wants to go.
Please.
They
will build around Justin Fields and they'll be fine as long as he stays. So you're telling me that you partied not only with Stephanie McMahon during WrestleMania, but also the Dallas Cowboys football team.
Yeah, so I'm chopping it up with them, and I tell them, like, oh, I'm a Bears fan. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was just like, it's okay. It's fine. Y'all are Dallas Cowboys. And they all actually laughed at my jokes. And I guess I was gone for too long because here comes Mo. And he's just like, what are you doing? He comes and grabs me. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, nothing. He's like, get back to the suite. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going to go. I was like, bye, guys. Mo was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I'm Dallas Cowboys. He was like, get back to the suite. And I was just like, fine. And that's where I say, like, that's where I watched the show. And it was so weird. I'm like, this is so fancy. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, I no longer ever want to see with peasants. I want to sit like this, but I know I'm never going to get that again.
Listen, once you do Sweet Life or any sort of club amenity at, like, a wrestling event, you never want to sit anywhere else again.
I never want to sit in a crowd ever again.
It's beautiful.
Ever again.
It is
so
much fun. I know for 35 in New York, Dave and I got like essentially the first level, or first row. We weren't like I refused to sit like on the floor at Mania because you can't see shit. So why the fuck would I want to sit there?
Right.
So we got essentially one of the most exclusive clubs in MetLife Stadium, you know, with the whole inside area and all of that stuff. So, but to get in, essentially, that first level of MetLife is also kind of the de facto backstage, because MetLife isn't underground. Okay, so like to get into the club section, there was literally security at the door to the club to get like from the outside into the inside hallway, because they had to make sure that the coast was clear before they let people in. So we got to the door and they wouldn't let us in because AJ Styles and company were walking by.
Oh my god, that is 1,000 company.
Yeah, and then they're like, all right, go, 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 go. It was like, it's kind of like being launched out of like a military plane. Go, 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 go. It was like, because you couldn't like look anywhere else because you had to just keep going straight.
Right, to not mess with AJ and his people, I guess.
Yeah, no, but it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild.
It was so crazy, and people who from Twitter like would see me in the suite and like call my name. I was just like, hey, yo, what's up? They're like, what are you doing in a suite? I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I got here, but like I'm here. So
Listen,
I don't know how I got here.
fake it till you make it.
Here.
Fake it till you. I think we lost Will, but okay.
Did we lose Will? Yeah, he left.
Yeah, he might be pooping. I'll say it now. He's probably pooping, I think.
Yeah, he left his cameras on, but he's not his chair.
He definitely left the poop. I'm assuming. I'm trying to... Oh, that's what happened on AEW tonight? Okay. Never mind. I'm trying to see what's going on in AEW, but I don't really care to watch at the moment.
I really not. It's not the first thing I'm thinking about. Jesus. There we go. Where are my keys?
Oh no, you're fine. Anywho, I think I'm going to end this stream now, and on behalf of Will and stuff, so you can stay on Smilee. We can still talk on Skype or whatever. But we are out of here, folks, for the week. So thank you guys for joining us, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.